Christopher Columbus loved to sail. He thought with his maps he could not fail. He thought his route to Asia was the nicest. He bring back costly silks and spices. Some doubted Columbus, they said the world was flat. But Christopher Columbus said, I don't believe that. With a heart full of courage, he set out and built the three: the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. High winds and storms tossed the boats topsy-turvy. They ran out of stitches and they all got scurvy. Christopher Columbus' route was wrong. The sailors all wondered, why's it taking so long? Why's it taking so long, man? The sailor in the crow's nest said, I see land. They set ashore upon the island sand. Columbus planted his flag and called out this refrain: I claim this land in the name of Spain. In the year of 1492, Columbus sailed the Atlantic blue. He ended up discovering a brand new land, and so we give Columbus a great big hand. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight on News Today. We have resurrected Pope, the Pueblo chief from the Pueblo revolt, from the dead. So, Mr. Pope, what urged you to revolt against the Spanish? Okay, so did you get any help from other tribes? Okay, did you know that after your death, the Spanish and the Pueblos learned to compromise? Well, there you have it. So thank you, and thank you, Mr. Pope, and see you next time on News Today. Hello, my name is William Penn. King Charles II gave me this big piece of land which I call Pennsylvania. Yes, that is right, I named it after me. I am a Quaker, and all of Pennsylvania will be Quaker. We are more tolerant of other faiths and believe women are equal to men. Pennsylvania will prosper because of its temperate climate, fertile soil, and navigable river. The capital will be called Philadelphia, which means City of Brotherly Love. I know I am so lucky and always get what I want. Push, push, push. So, how about that revolution?
Yeah, the road to the revolution. Did you know that the French and Indian War was one of the main causes of the Revolutionary War?
Well, did you know that it was because of the excise taxes and tariffs that the colonies started to revolt?
Did you know that they used to tar and feather the tax collectors out of rage?
Did you know that the Boston Massacre wasn't really as bad as people made it? They just wanted to make the British people look bad.
Did you know that the Intolerable Acts were when the British shut down trade?
What?
And changed colonial government?
Did you know that the Boston Tea Party was when the Patriots dressed up as Indians and dumped tons of British tea into the water?
And did you
Yes,
know?
they know.
Okay then.
I'm John Hancock. And I signed the Declaration of Independence.
I'm Thomas Jefferson. And I signed the Declaration of Independence.
I'm Benjamin Franklin. And I signed the Declaration of Independence.
I'm John Adams. And I signed the Declaration of Independence.
We signed the Declaration of Independence for your freedom.
Is the Declaration of Independence the best? Boy, I guess.
The westward expansion began in the 1780s. This is how large our country of the USA is now. This is how big the United States was before the westward expansion. Throughout the 1780s, more land was acquired through several purchases and annexations. This is the area of land acquired from the Louisiana Purchase of 1803. This is the area of land the country gained after the Texas annexation in 1845. Shown here is the Oregon Territory gained in 1846. Lastly, this is the land acquired after the Gadsden Purchase in 1853.
Yeah. Here's a song about women's suffrage during the 19th century. Yeah. Let's go. Now you've heard of women's rights, how we try to reach new heights, and we're all created equal, that's what they say. Then why do things get tougher every day? But you'll probably not recall, it hasn't been too long at all since we had to fight to have the right to vote. Well, sure, some men bow down and called us missus, let us hang the laundry and wash the dishes, but when it was time to elect a president, they said, yeah, make me a sandwich, and they went. Even Betsy Ross, who saw the flag, couldn't vote. Then Susan B. Anthony and Julia Howe, Lucretia Mott, they sure showed us how. They carried signs and marched in lines until at last the law was passed. Oh, we were suffering until suffrage. Not a woman here could vote, no matter what age. Then the 19th Amendment changed the game, and now we're really equal. We can vote and improve our country and school. Vote on, vote on, vote on.
This legislation admitted Missouri as a slave state and Maine as a non-slave state at the same time, so as not to upset the balance between slave and free states in the nation. This was an attempt at barring slavery from any territory acquired from Mexico. This was a series of bills passed to address issues related to slavery. They provided slavery to be decided by popular sovereignty. This outraged people in the South simply because it made them look bad. This act repealed Missouri Compromise and reopened the national struggle over slavery in the Western Territories. Slaves were property. These were a series of 7 debates between Abraham Lincoln, the Republican candidate for Senate in Illinois, and Senator Stephen Douglas, the Democratic Party candidate. This was when Abraham Lincoln was elected as president. This started the Civil War off. That's it. Good evening. Today I have with me General Ulysses S. Grant, Union General during the Civil War. Mr. Grant, what can you say about the Battle of Gettysburg?
Well, we sure showed them never to fight on our soil.
How so?
We completely annihilated a chunk of the Confederate Army. Union. This was definitely a turning point in the war.
So, how do you plan on winning this war once and for all?
Unconditional surrender. We're going to completely take over the South and burn down anything in our way. Anything. I think my buddy Sherman has something up his sleeve. I guess we'll have to just wait.
Well, there you have it, folks, from Union General Grant himself. Thank you, Mr. Grant. The era of Reconstruction was a period of time after the Civil War when the federal government struggled with how to return the 11 southern states to the Union, rebuild the South's ruined economy, and promote the rights of former slaves. Segregation, however, became a huge issue. Segregation is the separation of races. Here are some examples. So that pretty much sums up the past 600 years of American history, starting from the age of exploration,
Settling the New World.
the original 13 colonies,
The road to the Revolution.
the American Revolution,
The westward expansion.
the major 19th century reform movements,
The road to the Civil War.
the Civil War.
And the Reconstruction period.
So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.